Yo, what's going on, my gremlins? So I just came up with this new build, and it's like a fully functional ship. It's a really big build. At first, I was just trying to get something with like a lot of storage, and at first it was like 6, and then it turned to 12, and now I'm at 24. So this has a lot of storage on it, and I'm sure y'all like it, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into how you build it. Alright, I'm flying over to where I need to build it, but I just wanted to show you how it flies before y'all do build it. And I'm pretty sure I just broke like a stone or something, but this is how it turns. Pretty nice, smooth, not too slow. Captain Brevard is on there pretty comfortably, I would say. So if you're gonna get like a new villager and you're flying around, they can actually stand on this instead of like keep falling and dying. I know I've had that issue in the past before. But I think it flies pretty good and it's not obstructive whenever you're flying around. There's a bunch of stones down here, so don't think I broke anything on my vehicle. See, everything's fine down here. Vehicle looks great. Alright, now I'm getting into the build. Alright, first we're gonna start with the car jack. So if you're building this in survival, you're gonna have to build some type of like area where you're gonna build this, but since I'm in creative, I'm just gonna build up a couple of these real quick. And it doesn't have to be this high. I just like to build it up a little bit. So like probably 4 is about as good as you can get. So in survival, probably just build some type of platform with a bunch of stairs where you can do this. You really just need an area to where like you'll have some room for you to build down a little bit, a good amount. So honestly, probably just somewhere where you just have good space. But first we're going to start off with this granite foundation. It's the second one. I don't really see its name, so I'm going to assume it's granite foundation number 2. And I'm going to put it this way down here. And then we're going to go to our vehicle parts tab. And we're going to go to vehicle base 11. And we're just going to center that onto this piece. And it automatically centers. From here, we're going to go back to granite foundation number 2. We're going to put it the opposite way in the middle, and we're going to build 3 out. At the end of the third one, we're going to put one sideways, place it down. We're going to go back to vehicle base 11, and we're going to put that on the sides once again. From here, we're going to go back to the foundations. We're going to get granite foundation number 1. So if you're in survival, you're going to need some way to look underneath it. We're going to get these right in the corners right here. It may seem a little off because the corner is kind of like cut off on the vehicle base, but that's the direct corner. You're going to want to do it for all of them. Alright, now that you've put all the granite foundation ones on each corner, you're going to go to each corner and you're going to stack a second one underneath each corner piece. So pretty much just repeat the last step. After you finish this step, we're going to go back to vehicle base 11, go back underneath them, and you're going to place it exactly the same how it is on the top. I like to come in this way just so that I know that I'm perfectly on each corner, and you're going to do that for each one of them. And it should look like this whenever you're done. So I flew back to the top, and we're going to go ahead and go to granite foundation number 2 again. We're going to make this a little bit wider, so we're going to put one piece on each side. So it's going to be 3 wide. After that step, your vehicle should look like this. So we're going to go back to the vehicle parts. And you want to go to Fenders and go to large fender. Go back down to the bottom. Flip it sideways. And you want it centered right here. So the corners should pretty much line up with the little yellow bits up here, the lined ones. And if you want to see how it looks like on the bottom, you're going to be able to see these 2 circles. So if you see these 2 circles, then you're doing it correctly. And you want to do that on both sides of each end. We're going to go back to the large fender. That should be the right spot. Yeah. Since we're already down here, I'm gonna go ahead and put down the thrusters. So you go to controls, large thruster. Go down here a little bit more. Alright, pretty much, I'm just gonna line it up with the very end of this. So it should be two like little spaces downward. So you should be able to see this whole little circle for each piece. And you're going, it's pretty much in the corners of each one. So just put it in the corner. Oh, I thought I had my illuminator equipped. That helps a lot also. If you don't want to have torches out, you can use your illuminator charm. So you can see a little bit better like where I'm going to place it at. So if it helps you like aim a little bit better, just go for these squares and then have it in the center of this line right here. This is what it should look like whenever you're done. Each one's evenly placed so far. Next I'm going to start on the stairs so you can actually get onto your build. So you want to go to the stairs tab and go to vehicle stair. And you want it aligned right with the corner so it'll have like that weird little V shape right there. You want to do that to each corner on the outer piece of these. Again, just look for that little V so that's like perfectly on the center. Or the corner, I mean, my bad. And then right here's where we want it in the center. So it automatically pretty much goes to the center whenever you lock on. So now your vehicle will look like this on each side. This is what it looks like from the above view. There is 3 more thrusters we're going to put on it, so we're going to go back to the large thrusters. And then in the middle of these, should be right here. I just had to make sure. You place this. And then I want my thruster like right before this box. And then you want it in the middle also. So I'm gonna go ahead and count for y'all how far out y'all want it. Okay, it's 10 spaces away from this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna do the same to the other side. So we're gonna go over here, line them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Place. Alright, this is how your vehicle is gonna fly upwards. And it's all pretty even, so I tested it out and I really enjoy this build a lot. Next I'm gonna get into those little arches that you can see from here that I'm kind of indicating with the middle of my screen. But we gotta start with these first. So we're gonna build on the side pieces. We're gonna build on the side of the foundation that is attaching it. Then you're gonna put another one next to that for each side. So pretty much everything on this build is symmetrical. So if you do it on one of them, you do it to the other ones. Yeah, it should look like this on the front and the back. I still have to do the back. Okay, now that we have that on both sides, we're gonna go back to our large fender piece. And then with that fender piece, we're gonna put it right here on top. You wanna line it up right with the edges of it. And then you wanna put 2 spaces in between. And there's your other one. Then we're gonna do the same to the front. So again, you're gonna go over here, put it right on the edge. This one right on the edge. If you're wondering where to place it, it does look like it hangs off a little bit, but it will be like right against that one, right against that last stud right there. Sometimes it is a little tricky if you kind of mess up how you have it. There we go. Alright, now your vehicle should be looking like this. And honestly, it doesn't matter which side is the front or the back because it's the exact same so far. We're gonna go ahead and put our balloons on there. So you want to get the large balloon. And then I placed them in the brown corner of it. So don't touch the gray pieces. And you went on the outsides. So just watch where I place them. You're gonna look for this one piece with a hole in the middle of it. And you're gonna put it right on top of that one. Alright, it should look like this. And make sure you have it in each of the brown wooden corners. And don't let it touch the gray. Now I'm going to put on the driver's seat. So we're going to go for our foundation number 2 again, the granite foundation. You want to put that right in the middle. There should be 4 studs on each side of this for reference. And then we're going to get the large driver's seat, because this is a large vehicle. And you want to put it in the middle and 3 back. So most of the time whenever you sit in the seat and you get out, it'll place you right in front of it and you have just enough like space to stand here without feeling like you're going to fall off or something and take a bunch of help. Or it's not really that bad, but if you're in expert mode, you don't want to take any help. On the back of the build, you're also going to want to place a map marker. You can have it facing whichever way you want. I like to put it on the second one. I'll just have this one facing this way. And then I just marked it with a skull like this originally, but since I already have one, I'm going to make this one look a little bit different. I'm going to make sure that I know that it's different. So this one's going to be a chicken wing. Alright, now we're going to get into how to turn your vehicle. So we're going to go back to the large thruster. Let's fly back here. And you want to go in the middle of this foundation number 1, the granite. I place it right here at the very bottom. And then you want to line this one up. And then go up one of them. So, middle of the bottom foundation. Get it to where it can click. Then, oh. We're only supposed to go up 1. I think I might have made this one too high. Oh wait, no, yeah. It is off a little bit. The thrusters are a little tricky, so it did take me a couple tries. Pretty much you want it right as close to the bottom of the foundation as you can get it. In the middle of there. And then you get the other thruster, if I can line it up. And then, I keep pressing the wrong button. Okay, you get it right on top, then you go up 1. That's the perfect space for it. So let's see if we can do these without any more mistakes. I probably didn't explain it the best, so I'm going to go over it one more time. So you want to get right at the bottom in the middle. And then you get them lined up. And then you go up 1. Yeah, it should look like that. And so it'll be halfway onto this little yellow piece. The yellow piece with the gray stripes. I use that one kind of as my marker because it sticks out a lot on the back. Another way you can line them up real good is place it on the bottom. And then make sure to line it up across. And you can go back. Then make sure it's in the middle. You get your next piece. And you line it up like this. See, sometimes they don't match perfectly, so this one must be off a little. See, I always make sure that they're the right height. And if it doesn't work, just keep trying, because sometimes the placement's a little awkward on these, so that's why I would say this is the hardest step. Alright, if you heard that little alert, I had to go do something real quick. But pretty much what we did on the back with the thrusters, we're going to do on only this side. So I'm going to make sure to show it to y'all again. This step is a little confusing, so I am making sure that I am getting all of it for y'all. At the bottom. Up 1. See, and that's perfect. You don't want it to be like attached to foundation number one up here. You want it to be like right below. You want it to be like in the middle of this almost. And I'm sure on that build, they're not all perfect because I just kind of threw it together because I was just trying to figure out how to make it. So I'm sure if they're a little off, that's okay. You really just need the propulsion in either direction. So it doesn't honestly matter too much how close or far away they are, as long as it's around the same area. I don't want y'all to spend too much time on this step, so that's why I'm saying that. Okay, yeah, but that was a good example of on the bottom and then up one. And then to help with your turning speeds, on each corner in the front, we're also going to do the same thing. So you're going to put it in the middle. And then up one. And this one you should be able to see this little stud before this. If that gives you a good gauge, just in case you're like, hey, it wasn't in the middle of like the yellow piece, that's fine. This side never has a little stud, so it's going to be covering the stud on this side. Alright, there we go. And again, this is the hardest part, is placing the thrusters in the correct spots, but if you heard what I said the past couple times, it is okay. Yeah, there we go. One more corner. Perfect. Now we're going to go into the wrench settings. So on the back, we're going to make this channel 1, all 4 of these. Only the back ones. And then these ones are going to be channel 2. Alright, we're going to go up here. And these two are going to be channel 2. And then these two are going to be channel 1. For the side thrusters, you gotta think about like how you're gonna turn. So whenever you press channel 1, your vehicle is gonna turn this way. It's gonna turn to the right. So in order to help you turn to the right, you're gonna make this one channel 1 and this one channel 1. We're gonna go to the opposite corner on the back, and we're gonna make these ones channel 1 also. If that makes it a little bit easier, then the opposite of that, you make those ones channel 2 under the same logic. Alright, that's all your thrusters complete, so that's the hardest part of this whole build, so congratulations. Alright, I left and joined back because I wanted it to be daytime, but I think it made me a little bit closer to daytime, and it's starting to get like dawn, I guess. So that's why Captain Bravara is here. But for this last step, we don't even need to be up in the air anymore, so let's go ahead and break this down. These will just break down as they go. I like doing that on creative, it's fun. And then the last part is the storage, the whole reason that I made this build. So we're going to go with the grand chest. You want to line it up with the very edge, and you can't really mess it up, it's the perfect amount of space. And just make sure there's no studs showing. And that's where you put your first one. Go back for the grand chest. Same thing, you don't want a stud showing, but we're going to have it facing back. So I have the lock facing inwards, and have the flat back against foundation 1. You're now going to place your other grand chest the opposite direction with no stud facing there. And right here, just like you did the back, no studs showing. And then on the inside, we're going to do the same thing again. So have it to where the back is, I'm trying to get it to where it doesn't show my character. Okay, I don't think I can. But we're going to get it to where the back is facing the foundation with no studs showing. And then same with this chest. And you want to do that for every single one of these squares. That's why I built them like that. So in total, each one of these squares is going to have 6 chests, 4 in the middle and 2 on the end. Well, 1 on each end, so that equals 2. So there's 6 in each one of these, so there's 24 chests on here. And honestly, if you want, you can put some more up here. I haven't really played around with what's up here. I don't want to like mess up like distributing the weight. So the weight's pretty evenly distributed over here already. And that's a lot of storage. So I mean, if you need more, like go for it. I mean, you could probably load up the top of this with like a crafting bench or something, but just make sure you put it somewhere where like you're not gonna be doing like flips or something on your vehicle. But the reason that I built it this way is so that I could just go to somewhere and like not having to keep like go back to my main village. So like you can have all your tools like on one side and you can have wood and granite of any kind on each side. I didn't finish building the grand chest. Alright, I got all the chests on it now, so this is what it looks like fully completed. And this version does not have lights, so I'm not going to be showing you where I put my lights. If you want to see, I'll just show you over here real quick. Honestly, because I feel like lights are a pain to kind of describe where to put, and really, it's just based on like where you feel like there's not enough light. I like putting the Star Wars lights. Here they are, they're on the wall mount. So there's a Tatooine wall beacon, and they're both called that. One of them's blue and one of them's red. I wanted the red ones just so like whenever I land, you know, it looks kind of ominous, but where I'm going to be working, it's going to be blue. If you're worried about like sliding off anywhere, or if you can't really make it up on a side of your build, you can also stand on the locks of the chests. That makes it a little bit easier. They're pretty easy to jump up right here, but you can also just kind of step up here. So if you jump up here, you can just kind of walk up here. Seems like a little glitchy, but your character can do it. And just to show y'all that this build does work, so this is the one that I just finished. It is the, or let me put my compass back on. It is the chicken tender, or drumstick, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna go ahead and sit up here. So whenever you press X, all the thrusters on the bottom are working. And then you press triangle, or channel 1, and the one on the back is pushing it, the one right there is pushing it, and then these two are helping you turn. I'm gonna press X again to keep me in the air. So press 1 again. Circle or channel 2 is the complete opposite, so that one's working and that back corner is working while these two are helping you turn. I'm gonna press X again. So this is a pretty big build, but it's really great for traveling and it has a lot of storage on it. And it doesn't even look bad whenever you fly. So I'm gonna press these. I like to off-put them, so whenever X goes away, you're gonna feel like a difference in your car. You see how it's going down real fast? Just press X again, and you just gotta wait for these two thrusters to go off, and then press both of them at the same time, you'll keep going forward. That should keep you flying for a while, but now, I mean, you're probably wondering on where to land, so I haven't really landed anywhere in the Frostlands, but really just anywhere that has open space. And you can land in the water, so I think I'm gonna try that out real quick. So the turning is a little bit slow, but this vehicle is huge. So it's pretty fast for how big the vehicle is. Alright, we just gotta go forward. You know, you kinda aim it, play around a bit, nudge it. You can probably add more thrusters if you want to make it faster, but I haven't really tested it. We're gonna gradually land in the water. Your character doesn't even fly off of it or anything whenever you land. And you can just drive it around like a boat if you want to. Just chilling, going between these islands. You know, this is a big build, so make sure to kind of be careful on where you're going with it. You don't want to destroy your build. Like right there, I know I won't be able to fit. So I can just press X and fly up, fix myself, readjust myself. Or I can just leave the whole area if I want to, because that is kind of a small lake. So like, we'll go for the top of this mountain. Just kind of align yourself with it. Looks about right. Go forward. Alright, here you start dropping. Up a little bit, turn them off, and then just tap X. And boom, there you go. Nice, easy landing. You have all the storage you can want, so you can come down here and have your tools in here. You can have weapons in here. You can have food in here. All sorts of things, and that's only 3 chests. You have you have 21 more chests. Okay, so I now have 2 of these, and I went ahead and added up all the pieces. So kind of like how they have on how they have on like the Lego set manuals. You're gonna need 8 vehicle base 11s, 16 large fenders, 24 grand chests, 6 vehicle stairs, 36 large thrusters, 4 large balloons, 48 granite foundation 1s, 12 granite foundation 2s, 1 map marker, and 1 large driver seat. And I'm about to add up all the materials so that you know what you need in a survival. Alright, so if you're in survival or expert mode or even cozy mode, this is all the materials that you need. So you need 2 stacks and a half of granite, 2 stacks plus 12 blast powder. You need a stack plus 48 wood. You need pretty much 2 stacks of wood rods. You need 40 torches. You need 120 frost pine. You need 144 flex wood. You need 6 cords, 4 planks, and 48 iron. So that is a lot of materials. It's almost an entire grand chest of materials, but as long as you have all these, then you can build this vehicle. And I definitely recommend it because it's a lot of fun, and that's not including any of the lights that you're going to add. If you are going to add lights, I mean, I'm fine with it looking like this if it's going to save me some resources, but eventually I will add some lights to it. So I am going to make this in my expert mode, and I will be streaming it, so I am going to have to get all the materials first, so you'll see everything that goes into me building this probably tomorrow morning, if not the next day, but make sure to stick around. I will tweet it out, so if you don't have me on Twitter, make sure to check out my Twitter. I'll put the handle right above my character or something. Yeah, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. If you're not, make sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comments if you're a certified gremlin, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Oh, and let me know if you're building it.